Quiche Lorraine. Now, I used to work with a guy called Serge, French chef. He didn't like the French people. That's why he came to England. Very funny. But he used to make...
But he was French?
Yes. Oh. Yes, yeah. But he made the fantastic quiche. And he used to say to me, when you make the pastry, for argument's sake, Quiche Lorraine has a slightly more, about 10% more butter in the pastry than it should have normally. So it's quite like a sablé type, but very rich pastry.
So you really got to make that yourself. You can't just go and buy that.
Yeah, I didn't. I bought that one.
Oh, you...
Yeah.
Right, OK.
Just explaining what he did.
Yes, fair enough.
The other thing is lardons of bacon, unsmoked bacon and onions, and Gruyere cheese, because it comes from that part of France, which is right on the German border. The influence came from Switzerland and Austria, and then it just borders on the side of France where this is where this dish comes from. Right, so here I've just sautéed bacon and onions together, and I put quite a lot in mine. I like to see the quiches full. I don't like seeing half full, and I don't like them too eggy. Do you know, sometimes it's just like...
Right with you there, right with you there.
Do you know, it's like chewy. Shouldn't be. It should be soft and soft.
Yeah.
I don't want to taste the egg.
No, but however, it should be bold enough to hold any bits you're going to put into it.
Yeah.
This one's slightly different.
You don't want it all sink into the bottom.
No, and also, it doesn't look right. So, what I'm going to do, pop this into here.
Oh, you're putting that in. I don't think I've ever made a quiche.
Right, so, yeah, it's delicious. So you put half the bacon onions into there.
Yeah.
And then Gruyere cheese, 175 grams of Gruyere cheese.
All of that?
Yep. Yeah, but it's a lot.
And it will melt.
By volume, but not by weight, because it's finely grated. So you put the cheese in the centre. This is what he did. The purists may sneer, but this is what he told me to do. And then you put the rest of the bacon on top, so the cheese is in the centre. Well, I didn't
know you were going to make it like this.
No, and what happens is, if you're not careful, the cheese will then come to the top, and sometimes it overcooks, and sometimes it splits. So you get like an oily crust. This way you shouldn't do that.
OK.
OK, now, the custard. In here I have 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 2 egg yolks. So we're taking 2 egg whites out.
Got you.
So we're doing it like concrete, OK?
OK.
And we'll just break that up. And then, because it's got bacon in and cheese, I put hardly any salt, or a very, very small amount of salt.
OK.
But I put a lot of pepper.
Oh, you do put a lot of pepper. You always do.
Yeah, but it goes through a long way.
No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
But you started eating chilli.
No, I know, I'm getting really good with it now, but I just noticed that you always put more pepper in than I think you would.
Yes, because...
Of a flavour.
But also, it does cook out as well.
And not black pepper either. It's that sort of fine pepper that you get out of a...
Quick little tip here. I always use, if you notice, ground pepper and table salt. Because when you're training young chefs, they use Maldon salt, they chuck it in, doesn't dissolve, they taste it again, and it's too salty.
Yeah.
Black pepper's the same, it takes a bit of time to come out, so that's why I use that. Okay. Now, in here I've got a mixture of single cream, which is 18% fat, and normal milk, which is around about 4% fat. Not whipping cream, which is 38%, it's too rich. So you just got to meld that slightly. And you need to
get off your big old dirty fly.
Well, it'll be cooked in a minute, don't worry. I mix them together. So basically, what I've done here is I've just heated that.
Is that warm?
Yeah, warmed. Thank you, Holly. Great little tip here. What you do is you pour that into the flan. OK, right in like that. So you keep going. Oh, it's not going to go in, it's not going to go in.
It's not going to give you a soggy bottom, this, is it?
No, because what we've done here is we baked it, egged it and rebaked it for 15 minutes to seal the shell.
Gotcha.
So just to explain that again. Baked it, egged it.
You then brush a beaten egg onto the pastry.
Yeah.
Put it back in the oven and give it 10 minutes just to set it, and it'll stop it.
OK.
Now, here's another great tip. The biggest problem you've got here is when you move the quiche, if you're not careful, the egg goes over the edge. When you put it in the oven, it sticks, you can't get it out.
OK.
So what you do, open the oven, you fill it 3/4 of the way, like that.
This is like your custard tart.
It is indeed.
Same tip.
Same tip. Now, I know that's quite hot. So,
cheers.
So, go this way, you can see it, and we'll just top that up. Right, keep going, right
and
to the top.
Away.
And it goes.
How long?
35 to 40 minutes, something like that.
Beautiful.
Comes out the oven. Hey, presto.
Now, please.
We've got one right here.
Now, can I just ask you a question?
You fire away.
If you want, because lots of people are doing high-protein diets at the moment, so sometimes things like quiche goes out of fashion because people go, I don't want to eat all that pastry.
Yes, which is fair enough.
Whereas omelettes, people eat omelettes with salad and this, that and the other. Can you make that without the pastry case?
Yes, you poach it into
like a tortilla then, isn't it?
Yes, it is, like a frittata tortilla. But do you know those little egg poaching pans you get now? It's got little 6 indentations, steams underneath. You can do that perfectly in there.
And cook it in the oven?
Yeah. No, it's on the top of the stove.
You poach it in it?
Yeah, you poach it.
OK.
Now, as you can see, what I've done here with this is I've let it cool.
Oh, it smells so
And then you must, like anything, you just let it cool and then re-warm
is that for me?
it. OK.
Eat it like a cake.
Yeah. Now, look at that, packed full of filling. Look at that.
Oh,
the egg hasn't split.
wowee.
And you're setting the egg, you're not actually...
my favourite flavour combinations.
No salt. It's
gorgeous.
just there.